So, look, there's two differing versions of events, Matty, in terms of how this unfolded yesterday and over the course of the last week. So what is a fact is that last Friday, the Tigers tabled new offers to all four of those players, and Mitchell Moses' offer was a 3-year offer worth $3 million.
God.
Now, the Tigers say that yesterday they had a phone conference hookup with Isaac Moses, and they told Isaac they were going to be pulling that offer because the new salary cap figure that's being floated meant that they weren't going to be able to afford it. The Moses camp say that's not the case at all. They say they told the Tigers, we're going to Parramatta for 2018 and 2019. Then when the Tigers sent the email which says we're pulling the offer, they said, okay, well, we want to release effective immediately.
What a basket case. And whichever way you look at it, as the fan, we spoke about the fans this morning, they're the ones who I feel for at the moment. They're just thinking back going, wow. Hoops, $1 million for a young kid like Mitchell Moses, in knocking that back, that sort of money, he's kind of gone from one of the most loved rugby league players in the land to probably one of the most loathed. The common man can't relate to that. The common man, which are the fans, can't relate to somebody who's 22 years of age who basically, look, potentially could be anything. But in knocking back $1 million a year, that's unfathomable.
Look, it made my head spin, MG. I couldn't believe it when I heard that was the figure that the Tigers had offered last Friday. Look, I think everybody in the game regards Mitchell as a young gun with immense talent, but the difference between his best games and his worst games, there's still a fair degree there. So,
I think, Hoops, we've got to point out as well, I think we have to find... What'll be interesting is how much he's been offered seriously at Parramatta. Because if he has gone there for, say, 700, then people... and purely from a football point of view, then a lot of people may tip their hat to him and say, well, you know, it isn't all about the money.
Hoops,
it's not all about the money, Matty. That's the thing. I think you'll find at the Eels, the deal's about $750,000 a season.
Wow.
Okay? So that's 1.5 over 2 years. But the way it's been explained to me, this decision is not about money. It's about Mitchell's footy, and I think he's just a young bloke who's frustrated with all the off-field distractions, circus and sideshow.
Well, he's going to Parramatta.
At West Tigers. Yeah, fair point. But no, Brad Arthur has sold him this vision that he's going to pair him with an experienced half in Corey Norman. He'll wear the number 7 jumper, and they're telling him that it's going to be the best thing for his football development.
Hoops, what about Parramatta in this? Do they expect Moses to get the release? And if so, when could he pull on a Parramatta jersey?
Well, look, he'll be playing for the Tigers this weekend, no doubt about it. I'll be very interested, Gus, to hear what Ivan Cleary's got to say to you guys in a short time this morning. But look, negotiations are still going on behind the scenes. I wouldn't be surprised. The Parramatta Eels play West Tigers Easter Monday, round 7.
Unreal.
It's not beyond conventional thinking for that to possibly somehow spin around 180 degrees and Mitchell Moses is wearing the Eels colours.
Rugby league, the game that just keeps on giving.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Just quickly on Tedesco and the possibility of him joining the Roosters. Now, this has been spoken about for 18 months, but from what we're led to believe, there was a fallout between Roosters and Isaac Moses, and they wouldn't deal with Isaac Moses. What has changed, and has there been a middleman in this somewhere?
Look, ironically, Matty, the fallout was over Mitchell Moses. If you remember last year, Gus Gould threw it out there on social media that Nick Politis, the powerful Roosters chairman, had basically done a deal with Mitchell Moses for him to come to the Roosters this season. Now, that fell over at the last minute, and he decided that he was going to remain at the West Tigers. That's where the fallout started. At that point, Politis said, righto, that's it. Isaac Moses, you're too tricky. I'm not dealing with you anymore. But as you know, Matty, rugby league twists and turns in mysterious ways. It's all swings and roundabouts. And I think my view is that the middleman here, Anthony Minicello and James Tedesco, toured for Italy together years ago.
Close family friend.
They remain great mates. And I just get the feeling that Mini has played some form of role in terms of opening those negotiations again, and I think Tedesco's going to either go to Bondi Junction or the Bulldogs.
Roosters such a good, so much in their salary cap left. Wow, how are they getting?
The sombrero.
Well, couldn't get a better bloke than Anthony Minicello to sort of represent you as a
unbelievable.
Hoops, hang in there, mate. By closing time today, they might have sacked Ivan Cleary and he might be coaching the Roosters.
James Super, thanks for your time, Hoops.